Welcome to the Drunkard's Path. First, I want to do a little update on my dog Brady. He started his therapy for his torn ACL. I guess it's similar to what humans have in their knee as they have in dogs have in theirs. And we went down to London the other day and we met up with a really lovely rehabilitation specialist, and she started him on his therapy. So he's well on his way to getting back to maybe not quite 100% normal, but they targeted maybe between 90 and 100. So just fingers crossed that he can get back out there chasing birds and squirrels and whatever else that dogs chase out there. This morning I took a little drive out to Petrolia because I had to go pick up some stuff for a bag that I'm making. I didn't carry these things in the shop, and I also wanted to go out there to see Lori's new shop, the Stitchery, a new location. It's not a new shop, new location, and it's right on the main drag of Petrolia. And if you haven't been out there, you've got to go out there and see it. It is so nice. I walked in and I was just completely taken aback by how cute and quaint it was, and she's got lots of things for sale, fabrics and notions, and of course she always meets you with the biggest smile ever. So if you're not from this area and you come this way, be sure to stop by Petrolia and go to the Stitchery, and Lori will fix you up with some great stuff she has out there. Okay, let's get right to our winner of this project bag that we have. The winner, and this is from the last video, is Cindy Kurtz, and that's CINDY KURTZ 2191. So could you please get a hold of us at support@drunkardspath.com, and you can give us your information so we can mail this out to you, or if you're local, maybe we can drop it off. So let us know, please. And this week's video, oh, by the way, speaking of video, we are on video number 30, so woohoo for us. And we're just we're at just almost 400 subscribers. We're at 399, and for us, for a small shop and online, we're really happy. We're excited. I know in the grand scheme of things that YouTube really have thousands of subscribers, but you know, we're getting them one at a time, and we're really super happy about that. So this week, to show our appreciation, we have the Junior Travel Pillowcase Kit, and inside is for this is like for a little girl, and these are the fabrics to make this pillow, this small travel junior pillow. So at the end of the video, I have a tutorial on how this is made, so stick around to watch that. To win this, leave a comment below. Just say something nice, or maybe something constructive that'll help us here. Leave a comment and hit like and subscribe. If you don't leave a comment, I have to say I don't see you. When you hit only like, then I can't see who you are to give, to go through to get a winner. So you have to leave a comment to win a prize. So yeah, leave a comment and hopefully you'll be the winner. We got some happy mail this morning. We got this really lovely card by one of our viewers she was a winner of one of our prizes, and she sent this beautiful thank you card, and we were just really thankful and grateful to receive that. That was so nice. Okay, one of our viewers has asked about the triangles on a roll. They were not familiar with it, or triangle paper actually. So it can either come on a roll, or you can get maybe a different brand that comes like on a sheet. So this is what we carry here, and this from the It's So Emma. And what they look like, they're just like a foundation paper. So this is, I just cut out two squares. What it does, we have enough for 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you do is you take the paper and you place it, you put on top of the fabric. Your fabric are right side together. Put this on top. I just pin it and I hold it really flat while I'm pinning, because you can't have it like kind of buckle up on you, otherwise it won't work. So I just hold it down and I pin it in place. And what you do is you sew, I'll show you better on this one, on the dashed line, not the solid line, follow the arrows on just so on straight on the dashed line. Simple, very, very easy to do. And when you're done that, this is what you get, okay? Because I've already sewn on here. Now I've used a light colored thread, so maybe Angels can zoom in on that and you'll be able to see that thread better. But I just sewed straight on that dashed line. So now what I'm going to do, right in front of you, now I'm just going to trim on the solid line. That's what the solid lines are for. Those are your trim lines. Dashed lines are your sew lines. So I will take out the pins and I'm just going to trim around. Okay, I've cut off this, and now here's a cutout triangle that I just did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the paper off. So all I do is just pull it, and then I grab the other side and go like that. And oh, don't forget, when you're sewing this, make your stitch length very tiny. I put mine at 1.6, so that way it doesn't come apart, and it's also a lot easier to pull the papers off. So when you do that and you open it up, now I'm going to just press it with my finger, and there's our half square triangle. It's cut out to size. Now I just clip off these dog ears, and I usually I press open. So some people press to the side, which is fine. It's whatever you like, but yeah, just snip those off, and it's done, and they're perfect, and you don't have to sit there and measure and say, oh, I have to trim down to such and such size. It's already at the size. We have several sizes of the triangle paper in the shop, so have a look on our website, and if you have any questions, just email us at support@drunkerspath.com. What's new in the shop? Well, this week, yes, we did get a small shipment, and we have a couple of these Mad for Plaid mini project bags. These are the regular size, these are the minis. So these can come in very handy. They're great for cross stitch, for putting in your threads, and also for quilting, for carrying stuff maybe to a retreat. I'm sure you can find like 100 uses for these small bags. We have these two colors, so have a look on the site. And we have a couple of bolts of fabric. This is a Riley Blake. It's called Blossom Uncle Sam. Now it's got mostly a white background, but it's got the red and blue they're like little squares on the fabric. And this is really super nice for background, which I'm going to use because I just got a pattern in one of those, this is from Primitive Gatherings, the quilt box that I get every other month, and in it came this jelly roll, the red, white, and blue jelly roll, and there's a pattern for this quilt. So I am going to make this quilt, and I thought that this fabric would be absolutely perfect for the background. So I'll show you my progress as I go along, and I mean, it's very summary, so I can't wait to get this one started. Okay, we have a couple more bolts of fabric. This is another Riley Blake Lori Hope Big Gingham, and this is a red and white gingham. And again, that looks really super summery, so I'm sure you can think of lots of things to make with this red and white one. Canada Day is coming. And our third bolt that we have new to the shop is a red on red tiny rings. It's a Wilmington Prince. So we have several red choices for you now. Okay, now what have I been working on? My latest block from the Riley Blake 2023 Quilt Along. This one is called Star Blossom, and it's by Fran Gulick. And this is my block. Turned out pretty good. Colorful. I like it. And Socialites block number 19. Oh, so close. Is this one's by Joanna Figueroa, and it's the skill level of intermediate, and this is my block 19. I didn't do tons of sewing the last 2 weeks, but I did pick up this American Patchwork and Quilting magazine. I was in Shoppers Drug Mart, and I went over to the magazines section, and let me tell you, buying one of these magazines is really worth the money. Like any type of these quilting magazines, you get several projects in there, several quilts, like the patterns are in there, and then they have a few freebies. So I'm going to share with you one of those. This one is called Dreamsicle, and we're gonna link this pattern down below, so if you wanted to try it out. And this is what it looks like made. And if you're thinking, wow, wouldn't that look great with the popsicles going in the opposite direction every other one, because I'm thinking, wow, that would look really great too, because you know what, that's what you were supposed to do. But once I got this all sewn together before I quilted it, I went, uh-oh, there's something wrong. But at that point I thought, no, you know what, I'm gonna live with that. So this is the finished product, and this is my back with all my little scraps all sewn together. So I don't want to just put them in a bin and, you know, and I probably never get to them, or I shouldn't say never, but it'll be a while before I ever get to them. And I even made one of those little snack mats with, again, some of the fabric that was left over, and I didn't use all of it, but just about all of it, so I'm happy with that. Also, I want to point out in this magazine, this particular one, there's Better Homes and Gardens for, let me see, for June of 2024. Inside it, there's an article about the gathering, which is in Wisconsin, Primitive Gatherings, which is owned by Lisa Bonjean. She also does fabric for Moda. We have two of her lines. We've got the Red and White Gathering and the Rustic Gatherings. There's a section on her beautiful, it's just so nice. Her new place where they have is called The Gathering, where a bunch of people can go for retreats, and they have accommodations right there, and they have a full kitchen, and then you can just sew. I like to, one of these days I'm gonna get to Wisconsin, I'm gonna go see The Gathering, because I just think it'd just be so much fun. So if you're out and about, maybe pick up a copy of this, and you'll be pleasantly surprised, I think, going through of all the fine quilts. This one by Jen Kingwell. This cover one is Jen Kingwell, so have a look at it if you get a chance. Okay, I just want to point out something. When you're on our website, and you might want to look at, like it says fabric, and it says collections, and it shows a drop down. You might not see all the collections there because the drop down just goes so long. So what you can do is use the search at the very top. Hit search, type in the collection. You can type in a color that you're looking for fabric, or you can type in theme, like if you're looking for Christmas fabric or Halloween or something like that. You can find it that way too. So use that tool at the top, that search, and then you can find maybe some notions, some patterns maybe that you're looking for, cross stitch things, or it's just it just doesn't show everything on that first drop down. So I'd hate for you to miss any of the products that we have, especially in the fabric section. Maybe even the pre-cuts, it might not show everything. So you need to maybe put in a search once in a while, and you'd be surprised at all the stuff that we do carry at the shop. Okay, now one of my favorite times is cross stitch. So again, I've been working frantically on trying to finish Hester's Easter jumper. I know I've shown this a couple times. This will be the last time I show this. I am not finished, but I'm really close. So this is my almost finished. I'm just so close. But there are a ton of stitches on this one. So all I have left to do is another little border down below and just a little bit over on this section, and it's going to be completed. So this is the last you're going to see of Hester. Next one, last time I showed you I had just the jar completed on April Rainy Day in the Shelf Life series. I did get that one done, so here we go. We've got our first 4 jars, and there's our little boot and umbrella completed on that one. So now I'm gonna go, I think I'm just gonna go 4, and then I'm gonna do another 4 and 4 at the bottom. That, I think it balances out a little bit better with 4, 4, and 4. So my next one I'll be doing down below. I've also completed the 3rd one, the March 12 monthly minis. I've done the March here, and that's like I guess, what's that day? St. Patrick's Day one. So They're just small. They're pretty quick to do. So that's why I like them, because I can get them done in a fairly short amount of time. And this is right there. There's March. So we've got January, February, March, and each one of these are going to be a little pillow when I get them all done. So hopefully in a couple months I'll have them all done. I did it on this really nice linen as well. I love the mottled look on that. So they're going to look, I think, pretty nice. I haven't picked out the fabric that's going to go with it, but at the end I'll show you them all completed. My next one, I picked it back up again, which is going to take me forever and a day to complete it because it's so big. But this is the Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Now I've done all across the top. I'm doing this one right here. And it says "We Are Afraid," and this one is almost full coverage. So I got a good start on that one this last couple weeks. So I'm just going to show you that part right like this. So I've got the ship and some of the text done. So there's more down at the bottom, but it's all, that section will be all completely filled in when I get it done. So I'm going to just open the whole thing. So this is what we have so far. And yeah, I think my granddaughter will be about 5 years old by the time I get this one, and she just turned 9 months yesterday. So it just, you go stitch by stitch. This one definitely is not a race. For those that are doing the moonbeams stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop, they're the next, I guess it's the third installment for this particular stitch along. So it'd be this section right here that just came out. So I downloaded that this morning and I got it all ready, and this is what I have so far. I may have shown that, I'm not sure if I had shown that when completed or not, but that was like the border was number 1, that is number 2, and now we're going to do this section over here for number 3. So I should have that done for the next video. And they're doing theirs on the dark, like a navy blue, and I kind of like this look better. So to each their own. So choose whatever you like, and you don't even have to stick to those colors. You can do whatever. But this is a free pattern. They just ask for a small donation because it goes to the Children's Make-A-Wish Foundation. So if you want to do this along with several, probably 1,000 other women out there that are doing this stitch along. So get your download of the next installment of the Moonbeams, and they have the DMC listed right here, which is fairly economical. They're only less than $1 for each skein at Michael's. It's a fairly inexpensive project to do, and it's fun, and just cross-stitching is really more about relaxing than anything. If you're sitting there, you're just stitching, and you're just kind of maybe watching TV or maybe listening to something. It is just one of these really relaxing things to do. So just maybe try with a small project. Like I'm gonna do this one. I think I ordered this one for myself, and this was from Primrose Cottage. And this is the Patriotic Quaker. Now we have a couple Quakers by Primrose Cottage. They're not that big. They're only 82 by 79 count. And this, when I say not that big, it's still going to take you a few days to do it. But I just like the colors in this, and I love the Quakers. So I'm going to try and do every one that I can possibly do, and maybe just put them all out someday when I get them all done. So I really like doing these. Now here's our tutorial on our junior/travel pillow. Today I'm going to show you how to make the junior/travel pillowcase. It is a 12 by 16 inch pillow. These pillows are very handy for when you're traveling, if you want to make some for your kids in the car, or you're going on the airplane or something. These fit nicely into your carry-on bag. And I actually have a little one on my bed that I actually prop behind me when I'm watching TV at night. So I actually used it every single day. You just need to get a 12 by 16 inch pillow form to go inside. Okay, let's go with the first step. I'm going to follow along here. This is actually my take on this size of a pillowcase. As normal pillows, the fold is on the side. this one, like when you do like the width of fabric, the fold is usually on the side, and then you put your cuff and your accent piece on. This pillow, the fold is on the bottom. Okay, so you're gonna cut your sizes, your pieces. Here, we're gonna switch over to here. This is the fabric I'm gonna use today. This is a little boy pillow I'm gonna make, and we actually have little boy, little girl kits, and I have a couple of just regular fabrics. So have a look on our website, and you can buy the kit there, or use your own fabric, whatever. This one is, you need a half a yard for the body, 6" by width of fabric for the cuff, and 2.5" by width of fabric for the accent. So first thing I'm gonna do, for both of these, the accent pieces, I'm gonna fold this in half and I'm gonna iron it down. As you can see now, I folded it on the long side, the lengthwise, and did 1 and 2. Because with this pillow, you can see there's the opening and there's the fold. You're going to make this on both ends. These next few steps are going to be on both ends. So the first thing we want to do, say we're going to put 2 aside. Now this is directional fabric, but however it turns out, it turns out. I'm not going to worry too much about it. So we're going to take our cuff piece, place it down. We're going to take the body piece, we're going to place it right over top. Okay, just like that. And then with the raw edges right here, and you're going to take the accent piece, raw edges out, and they're all going to be lined up. I'm going to pin it just a couple spots because I just like to do it this way. You can see I put just a few pins in just to keep things all in place. So now what I'm going to do is take this end and I'm just going to roll it all the way up. This. Rolling, rolling. All the way up till you get about the midpoint, a little bit more, of the cuff. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to fold it over. This is the folded taco method, I call it. And we're going to repin. It's best to pin the 2 ends first, because for some reason, even though you cut them out exactly the same, they always seem to be a little off if you pin all the way down. So, and then we're going to grab the middle. And I'm going to get a couple more pins. Make sure it stays securely in place. So let's just, a couple more over here. You can see that they're all pretty much aligned. And one more. Anyway, I'm going to put a 1/4" seam all the way down here. And I'm going to go do that, and I'll show you what the next step is. As you can see, I did my 1/4" seam all the way down, and I just kind of backstitch on both ends so it stays nice and secure. So now what we want to do is we want to take out that middle bit. So we're going to kind of give it, well, we're going to pull this guy out. And it might be a little difficult, but because I starch my fabric, so it's, and then you just pull the whole middle out and it should just slide down. I'm bending over, so it just makes it a little bit awkward for me to get a good grip. Okay, it's coming. There we go. Okay, did it. So as you can see, unroll it. You're gonna look a little wrinkled, but that's okay. You're gonna go to your iron and you're gonna iron that down. Iron that out so you have a nice flat cuff and accent piece. And what you're going to do after you iron that, you're going to do the other side exactly the same way as you did the top. So I'll get that done and I'll show you the next step. Okay, I've got both of these, the top and bottom, which when you fold together, the 2 tops are done. I iron them, and now we're just going to fold them over like I have here. And you're going to align them up, and I'll do one side at a time. And you're going to put wrong sides together. And even though that might seem, oh, wait a second, why are you doing wrong sides? You're going to have raw edges on the outside. We're going to do French seams. So we're going to do this way first, and I'll show you how that is done. So we're going to pin and try to align it. Now there is a bit of bulk here, so when you're sewing over that, be careful. Just maybe slow it down a little. And just go all the way down with the pins. One more. Okay, and then I just flip it over and line that back up. It's just really important that that top piece is aligned. I like these little pins. I think they're called Little House. And they come in a little silver tin. And I'm telling you, these things are sharp. But I prefer to work with the shorter pin. Okay. Okay, we're all pinned up. So again, 1/4 inch, both sides. And I will be right back. Okay, so on both sides, 1/4 inch. And I'm going to turn it through. But before I do that, because I'm going to turn it through and I'm going to sew again on this side. Have another seam here, and that way this part gets tucked in and you won't see that, any raw edges anywhere. So what I like to do, because when you turn it in and you sew 1/4 inch, you might get bits of this sticking out when you do that second seam. So what I do is I put my ruler down and I cut about 1/8 away from the seam. So let's move that just a bit. Okay, and that really helps. Not right yet. With keeping all those little bits on the inside. Spinning around. We're going to do the other side. Okay, just put an 1/8 of an inch. Nice and straight. Hopefully the ruler doesn't shift, because it's kind of bulky right at where the accent piece is. There. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this through, and I'm just going to push out with my finger on right there, like that, and go all the way, flip it all the way through. And before I do my seam, I'm going to iron this, and I'm going to try and get that as flat as I can, that there's no little pleat in here. So just kind of work it with your fingers, and again, you're going to have a big chunk right there. So just going to work it with our fingers, and I'm going to press it down flat, and then I'm going to sew on either side another 1/4 inch like that on both sides. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. So now I sewed, whoopsie, I sewed inside on that 1/4 inch. I flipped it out to the right side out. So here's our finished pillowcase, and you can see I ironed it here, and don't have any pleats. Looks good. So all you need to do is put your 12 by 16 pillow form in there. So here's a beautiful little pillowcase for a little boy with the Work in Progress collection. We made that kit, so we have that kit. We have the little girl kit in the Delivered with Love collection. And we also have the Rustic Gathering for an adult or whoever likes the fall colors. And we also made a kit up in the Red and White Gathering. So that's this pillowcase right here. So go on our site, have a look, and pick yourself up a kit. Make some for the kids. So there are several kits for you to choose from, and if you wanted something specific, maybe just give us an email at support@drunkardspath.com, and we can make you up one in a different collection if you would like that. So this is our tutorial on the junior/travel pillowcase. Enjoy. I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that shops local, and thank you to the people that are maybe farther away and we ship it out to you, but it means a great deal to us. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. So again, keep sewing, keep stitching.